Salute to everyone. Good afternoon, good evening. Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Knicks versus New Orleans Pelicans down at the world most famous arena. We're going to call it the Cooking Gumbo edition. Salute to everybody out there, man. I hope y'all ready to get in here and get it popping. Knicks and the Pelicans at the world most famous arena tonight at 7:30. We need to get this game, get a bounce back game tonight. We done lost a couple of games in a row, but we need to get this thing back popping, man, and try to get back to 500 basketball. So we hopefully this could be a good game for us tonight when we go down there and get it going, man, and all that good stuff. And we're just going to hope that the Knicks can come out there and prevail tonight, play a hard game, and, man, go ahead and get a victory after losing a close game down there the other night, man, by 2 points, 110 to 112. Hard-fought game, man. A couple of bad calls at the end of the game and a couple of bad play moments at the end of the half. Last game, man, we fell short in the fourth quarter. 3 minute span, we kind of gave the game away, but we get back to get it popping, man. Salute to the chat. Salute to everybody in here. I'm going to bring my man Shy Powers in the building pretty soon, and we're going to get it popping up in here, man. So, yeah, man, we ready to get it going tonight. Knicks got the Pelicans and Brandon Ingram, them guys coming to town tonight. Let's hope we can go in there and get a victory, get back to 500 basketball, man, and get back on a winning streak. We had Kemba Walker back the other day, man. He had a good game. We get into all that stuff, man. But I just hope everybody had a good day today, man. I had a good day wherever you was at. We did Deborah's Word, school, work, play, whatever. Y'all got home safe, had a good day. Now you're here with us, man. We're going to get it popping, man. Salute to the chat. Like I said, Will and Fabian, salute to you guys for coming in already. We appreciate you all coming up in here, man. But, yeah, man, it's going to be a big game for us tonight, man. I love to get this win tonight, get us back to 500. We kind of need it after winning 3 in a row. Then we lost 2 in a row. So hopefully we could break that thing tonight, man, and get this thing going and try to eke out a W tonight, man. It would be a really good thing to get a W tonight. We had some favorable games last night on the schedule that worked out for us in the Eastern Conference last night. A lot of teams that we wanted to lose lost, so it helped us out pretty well. Boston lost, so hopefully we can get off this thing, man, and get back at it, man, and pick up a half a game on everybody who lost last night, man. So we're gonna get it popping up in here, man, for sure. And let me bring in my partner in crime, man, who always helped me get down and hold me down all the time, man. We got Shy Powers in the building. Shy Powers, what's good, brother?
I'll be right back, Divine. Give me a second.
Yeah, real talk, man. We keep it going to Shop Powers get back. But yeah, man, other than that, man, let's get into it, man. For the Knicks tonight, man, we're gonna break down the starting lineup real quick and the injury report that we get into all that good stuff, man. But as of right now, Kemba Walker, Evan Fournier, RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Roberts gonna be the starting 5 tonight for the New Orleans Pelicans tonight. Devontae Graham was questionable game time decision, but if he does play, he would be in the starting lineup with Josh Hart, Brandon Ingram, Herbert Jones, and Valanciunas will be in there tonight. That's who's going to be in there for them guys. So, let's see how that going on the injury front for the Knicks, man. We got Nolan Zoel still out. Derrick Rose, obviously, he's still out, recovering from ankle surgery. And Cam Reddish out with a sore, he's out with a sore ankle. And Arthur Cicindo, he's out as well. But we just retired him back in a 10-day deal. Again, we signed Ryan Arthur Cicindo, so he's back with the Knicks and all that good stuff, man. So, we're going to see how it go tonight, man. But it seems like every team both teams are pretty much fully healthy, other than we got a couple of guys out like Derrick Rose and Noel, but everything else looks like we should be good. And Cam Reddish, obviously, because he haven't played in a Knicks uniform yet. But so other than that, man, I think we'll be ready to go tonight. Should be a good game tonight, man. Hopefully go out there and compete and battle real hard because we do need to get this victory tonight. It would be lovely to get this victory tonight to get back at it and get back to some winning ways and just try to shake off the game that we had the last game. We played a good game in last game against who we lost against, man. We played a good game against some guys, man. We played a good game against the Hornets. We played a good game in both of the games, but the Hornets game was just a hot mess because we didn't have no offense. But the other night with Kemba Walker there, he scored 19. All them guys was in the plus, on an offense standpoint, on the starting lineup. So that was good to see that happened. So let's see how this thing take us tonight, man. And we hope he got a W. Sharp Howard, what's going on, man?
Peace, Divine. Peace. What's going on? Salute to you. Salute to the chat. What's going on?
No, man, we ready to get it popping. You already know, man. Knicks got a game tonight, 7:30, man. Love to get this victory tonight. Like I said, we lost 2 games in a row. We love to get back at it and try to get a win under our belt, to get us back to 500 and take it from there. But it's going to be a fun game tonight. Pelicans, they down at the bottom of the conference, but they got a good team down there. They got, man, Brandon Ingram, Valanciunas, Josh Hart and all these guys. Obviously Zion haven't built the team. He's been out for a while. So, but right now they still got some good guys down there. And Devontae Graham and all these guys. Valanciunas having an excellent year. Brandon Ingram is having an excellent year. So it's not a team that we could take lightly. And if you want to call it a trap game, so be it. But we got to be careful tonight, man, because they do got talent down here.
Yeah, this once again, this is one of those games. This is a big game tonight, man, and this game will bring us back even in the in our conf. I mean, bring us back even to 500, and this is like you said, a trap game, man. This is something that we got to watch out for. We really got to watch out for Ingram, big shooter right there, big scorer right there. Man, my thing is all messed up, Divine. I'll be right back. Sorry.
Yeah, real talk. We let Chop House handle his technical difficulties, but he'll be back in to help to get it popping. But yeah, man, this could be a trap game for sure because them guys got talent down there. They might not be playing the way they want to play, but they're a very good team. They got some good talent down there. So we got to be careful about that. We just got to go in there tonight and play the New York Knicks game. Hopefully, first and foremost, like our offense continue to play like it played the other night. But we just got to make sure our defense hold it down because we did give up 112 the other game. So we got to make sure that our defense come to play, and first and foremost, and then Kemba Walker can replicate what he did the other night. Evan Fournier can replicate what he did the other night. Then we got a good chance to do some things, man. But hopefully our bench have a little stronger game as well. So all around, we just need the whole team effort for 48 minutes tonight, scrap and grind it out, and just try to get this W. And I think they're gonna go playing, and I think Tom Thibodeau probably gonna put out a good game plan for them. They just got to execute it tonight. And go hard, man. Play with a lot of effort, energy, passion, and all that good stuff, man. And see if the Knicks can get this W. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it tonight. Good matchup, Brandon Ingram and RJ Barrett. That's going to be fun. There's going to be a big test for RJ because Brandon Ingram can get it with the best of them. Your lanky young man got size, can put the ball on the floor from all over the place. So that's going to be an interesting matchup right there. And obviously Mitchell Robinson and Valanciunas is going to be a really big matchup as well. That's going to be a matchup that we're going to be looking forward to because Valanciunas gives a lot of centers problems. He's a strong young man, crafty, savvy veteran who can put the ball in the hole. So I think Mitchell Robinson have his handful tonight, but I think Mitch been playing pretty well, man. So I'm looking forward to Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah. I'm back. Thank you, Devon. I'm back, man. I got a new phone today. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Anyway, Mitchell Robinson. I heard what you were saying about Mitchell Robinson, man. Yeah, this is another big game for Mitchell Robinson to see where he's at and how he's progressing in the season this year, man. Hopefully he can come out there with some energy tonight and and as people was talking about over the last couple of games, Mitchell Robinson fouled out. But Mitchell Robinson haven't fouled out many games this year. If I'm not mistaken, it's less than 5 games that he fouled out this year. So hopefully he can come in tonight and dominate that paint, dominate that center position.
Yeah. It's a tough matchup. It's going to be a tough matchup, my man. And see how Mitchell Robinson hold out against him, man, because it's going to be a really tough matchup. That man is strong. He's real savvy. He go get it. So Mitchell Robinson is a good test for him tonight, and I think he's going to step up to the challenge. Mitch been playing good all year, man. Like I said, he haven't fouled out. I don't think he fouled out over 3 games. I don't think he fouled out that much at all this year. So I think he really cleaned that up since Kenny Payne came to the Knicks. He stayed out of foul trouble a lot since Kenny Payne came to the Knicks. Mitchell Robinson's games have been much better. Not drawing fouls, not taking fouls. I meant to say, and creating fouls and all that good stuff. So we'll see how that go with him tonight. But like I said, the Brandon Ingram situation, that's going to be a good challenge for the Knicks tonight, man. Because Brandon Ingram is an all-star to me. He's the guy that you got to cover real well. And RJ got his hands full tonight. And so I think RJ will step up to the challenge as well. I mean, I think the Knicks going to want to bounce back tonight, man. They know they don't want to go down tonight after having that good 7-3 run since Christmas. We just gave a couple of them away, so I think they want to get back at it. Fabius, I think that's the second. Appreciate that, Fab. Yeah, absolutely. He haven't been much, man. So yeah, I think we want to get back at it, man. Like I said, we don't want to lose 3 in a row, be 2 games under 500. We win tonight. We right back up there where we were. Boston lost last night. Cleveland lost last night. A couple of teams in the East lost last night, and that'll benefit the Wizards lost last night. You know what I mean? So we kind of be able to pick up ground back up, because they lost and we lost, so we kind of even that out. But it's going to be a fun matchup tonight. It's going to be a hard-fought game, man. Like I said, Josh Hart, Alexander Kai Walker, Vontae Graham, these cats go get it, man. They got some players down there that can really put the ball in the hole. We got to be ready.
Yeah, something we got to watch out for. That matchup with RJ tonight against Ingram is going to be one of the pivotal matchups for the night, man. And I just hope RJ comes out there and is well prepared for the night. Make some points and lessen his turnovers, and we'll be fine.
Yeah. I mentioned with Kimber Walker and the defense as well. Kimber's been back, you know what I mean? But him and Fournier had great games the other day, guys. But our defense kind of took a back step. So I'm hoping that they can rectify that and come out with a stronger defense, because we haven't gave up 112 points in a long time. But now, we got to sacrifice a little bit to get a little bit. So, we sacrifice getting more offense and give up a little more defense. And I think it showed the other night, when we gave up 112 points. So let's hope that we get that thing together, man, and we get back at it, and we get a pop. And it's shot.
Yeah. I am so sorry about all this difficulty, Divine, man. I am trying to work this thing out, man. So bear with me. I'm sorry, but I think I got everything now. I ain't hooking up no headphones. I ain't moving the stand no more. Let's get it.
Sorry,
It happens.
It's just a feedback.
Yeah. So what were you talking about, Divine? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You
Killing me.
You getting a feedback?
I'm getting a double.
All right. I'm gonna log out.
All right. Sorry, guys. In the streaming world, it happens, man. Technical difficulties. Shaw Powell got some new thing going on, so that it happens. No big deal. But yeah, man, let's get back at it, man. Sorry for all that inconvenience. But yeah, man, we just got to go in there and play our game tonight, man. And hope that this thing work out the way we wanted to. I think we will. We're gonna play tonight, man. We played the other night. We got to play ball tonight. We really need this W in the worst way. I just think that we can't afford to go 2 games under 500 right now. So we got to maintain tonight, go hard, play 48 minutes, run up and down the floor, play defense, hit some foul shots. The turnovers is killing New York. We got to get them turnovers together for sure. We turnovers, and that foul shooting has been abysmal for us. And I think that's the reason why we lost the last couple of games. The 18 turnovers and the 15 turnovers, the 10 for 21 foul shooting. And I just think that that's a tough call right now with the way we playing on with these turnovers, man. We can't have that. So we got to clean that thing up for sure. If we don't clean them turnovers up, then we really gonna have a problem, because you think about the 18 turnovers we gave over the other night. 18 turnovers, probably that's equivalent to almost 18 to 20 points in some cases, and we lost by 2. You know what I mean? So I do think we got to really address that situation and get it together so we can kind of come out here with a victory, man, and get back to 500. But I think it's gonna be a fun game tonight, guys. I think I'm gonna be up for it. I'm ready to get it popping for sure, and I'm gonna be looking forward to the game. I think the Knicks gonna be up for it. I think we do go in MSG and pull this victory out, man, and get back to 500, and then we get ready for Sunday's matinee game against the LA Clippers. You know what I mean? So after the Charlotte loss, in the game after that, man, we just got to find a way to get back to some winning ways. Hopefully they can rectify that foul shooting. Julius Randle missed that one important free throw at the end of the game that could have tied it up, and could have been a different outcome. And obviously the referee didn't help them because of the 2-minute report came out the other day. They missed 3 calls on the Knicks that could have turned that game around in a different way. So I do think that hopefully we don't have them problems like that, man. And we go out there and play hard tonight. Let Kimber shine like the way he did. Let Fournier continue playing well the way he did. And RJ and Randall just do what RJ and Randall are doing. Like I said, the way Mitch has been playing lately has been pretty good, phenomenal. The way he's been playing in New York lately. So we got to salute Mitchell Robinson, who's been going hard at it, man. That's the first time Mitchell Robinson fouled out in a while the other day. But so it's going to be a challenge, man. Like I said, he got Valanciunas with him. And it's tough when you don't have Noel back, because when Noel is not here, Todd's only can do so much with his height. You know what I mean? And his age, but he goes out there and plays hard every night. He was a +5 the other night, so he gave us all he can give us. But we are missing Noel in the worst way, man. I really mean that, man, because when Mitchell Robinson go out, we don't have no rim protection. That's why I'm hoping that Tibb throw Sims out there, to use an extra body. You know what I mean? Because I think that could have been pivotal the other day when Todd Gibson fouled out, and we put in Alex Burks when we could have put in Obi or Jericho Sims just to have a big body. So I'm hoping that we don't get in that situation tonight. But like I said, Valanciunas is a handful, and they got the man Jackson Hayes down there who could kick a fly up and down the floor, athletic. Jackson Hayes is like a young Mitchell Robinson, a little shorter, but man, that boy got some athleticism as well. So we got to be ready for these guys tonight, man. They got some athletes down there. This is not don't get it twisted with their record. They might be 16-28, whatever, but that record is misleading. You know what I mean? And they got a good talent down there. The record, they're in the Western Conference. Obviously, they battling them guys in the West, and that's a pretty 13-5 thorough conference over there, but man, they got some talent down there. So let's see how this thing go tonight. We don't take them for granted. We bring our A game to the forefront and get it popping. We need to get this victory, and I think we will, man. I think the Knicks bounce back tonight and win. But what's interesting to see, guys, and I think everybody might got to realize how this team going to perform on the defense end now that Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier is mainly in that starting lineup. Because you think about the other night, we gave up 31 in the first quarter, 30 in the second quarter. Prior to that, our defense has been pretty decent. So, it's a give or take situation with Kemba Walker there, man. But we can't underestimate his offense talent, man. He's really getting it popping. You know what I mean? And then let's see how that go, man. Because his offense is there for us to make it happen, man. But I want to see our bench get at it tonight, man. Because our bench didn't really have it going like that the other day, man. I want to see them cats rebound back. I want to see Grimes get it going. I want to see Quickly get it going. Todd gave us what he can give us. Obi had a decent game, on the offense end. That's not where his issues. That his issues on the defense. But he did. I noticed one thing about the game the other night. Obi was challenging more on defense, which was good. I think he knows the reason why he stays on the bench. He don't get the minutes. And I'm hoping that he take that into consideration. I got to play better defense. I got to be a better defense ball player for me to get minutes on the floor. And I think he did that the other night for the most part. It was a lot of positive things out of that game the other night. We lost, man. But other than like I said, the free throw shooting and the turnovers, that's a must clean up. It's a must clean up for the Knicks. If we're gonna go anywhere and go forward, them two are the main things we got to clean up. We cannot have them turnovers going over like that. And we love to get that 3-point percentage up a little more. Obviously, we're not shooting like we shot it last year, but we definitely want to get that thing up to a better level, man. Because we got to make sure that we can go in here compete with these guys. With Kemba Walker coming back in our starting lineup, obviously you see the offense does get better. Because that's what he do. It does get better for sure, man. So we just got to make sure that we do all these things, and I think we'd be all right. We got to make sure we go in there and play hard tonight and scrap, man. Rebound that basketball. Get up there and out-rebound these cats. Shoot that free throw percentage got to be up there in at least 70s or 80s, or high 70s. We got to get it popping tonight, man. This is a big game for the Knicks. Seems like every game is big for New York, no matter what. But this is a big one tonight. But I think if we win tonight, we kind of erase what happened the last couple of games. But we definitely need to come out there with a strong start today on the defense and the offense. We can't have them cats scoring 30 points tonight. You can't give up 60 points in the first half. That's just not then you got to fight the struggle to get back in the second half. Then all your energy be gone by the time you get back in the game. If we being down 10 points, 12 points, whatever. So hopefully tonight we come out and have start off with a blistering pace and get up on these guys. Don't let them guys. It's no way they should come in MSG tonight and the Knicks go down 10 in the first quarter. And then that's what we're going to have to really take in consideration. If that happened, we got to make sure that we come in MSG night. Don't let them guys get up 10, 15 points. Next thing you know, we fighting to get back. Our defense got to be from start to finish tonight. And I got my man, get ready to get it popping, man. And so let's see how it go tonight, man. I think it should be a really good challenge for the Knicks tonight. Like I said, don't take the New Orleans Pelicans lightly. And Brandon Ingram can get it with the best of them. He really can. So I like his game. I like his length. I like his size. The young man is just good. He's that good. You know what I mean? You only can imagine if Zion Williamson was back. Him and Brandon Ingram would probably be special. But so we do got to take this into consideration. And that's what it is. And hopefully they get it popping tonight. DQ, I understand where you're coming from with the Obi thing, man. I really do. And he just got to go play his game, man. He just got to go out there and play hard. Because I think if you play hard, you bring it for 40, you bring it and you play it on the defense side of the ball. I think that'll get rectified one way or the other. You know what I mean? Because like I said, to stay on the floor in New York, man, we all got to bear witness who coaches this team. They're a defense-minded basketball team. That's the New York Knicks. So I'm hoping that these guys come play hard tonight on the defense. We got enough offense talent there. Kemba Walker can get it. Evan Fournier, the way he's been playing lately, he can get it. RJ can get it. Randall can get it. Mitch getting it. You know what I mean? Down, we just got to make sure these other guys, they get it. But I think the defense is where it start at, man. Like I said, you give up, you score 105, but you give up 107. Then what difference does it make? Defense is the staple of the identity of the New York Knicks, and that's what it should be. Go in there and shut these cats down. Don't let them come up in the garden with all that. You know what I mean? You can't let them have them make it the Miles Bridges type of games and all these guys coming up in the garden, just throwing up 30, 40. I know it's Broadway and everything, and it's the bright lights, but man, you know what? Come on. You got to shut these cats down tonight. And I don't think the Knicks go nowhere this year if our defense is not 100%. Because that was the staple of our team last year. Was our identity, was our defense. You know what I mean? And that way, even when your offense is not going good, your defense keeps you in the ball game. And then you think it happened. And I think that's just so important. We got to get back to that. You think about the last two games, we only held Charlotte to 97 points, but obviously our offense doesn't have it at the matinee that night. And then the night after that, on that back-to-back, we gave up 112. You know what I mean? And we had 110. So I think we get it going tonight. I think RJ and them come out there and get it popping tonight. I think Julius Randle got a good chance to have a good game against the starting four for them guys tonight. So I do hope that Julius Randle can go out there against Herbert Jones and make it happen. I think he should be able to give Herbert Jones the business tonight. Like I said, the Valanciunas match are going to be tough. It really is. Savvy veteran. That man got skills. You know what I mean? So that's going to be a good matchup for him. Obviously, Josh Hart can get down. He's a good ball player. So this is not one of them light games. Devontae Graham, he done came and lit up the garden before. If he played tonight, that's another cat we got to worry about. You know what I mean? So I do think that this is not going to be an easy matchup tonight, guys, by no means. But I do think we ready for it. I think we go in there and get it popping. I think Thursday night should be a really live game at the Garden tonight, man. I'm hoping the Knicks come out there and be victorious. And then we get back to 500. You know what I mean? And I just think that's what it do. So, let's see how it goes and see what Tibbs got the game plan for these guys, throw it out there, and let's see him execute. Let's hope Kemba Walker do like he did the other night, 19 point plus 8. He was getting it, man, rebounding, distributing. I love to see Alex Burks he need a monster bounce back game. He had no points the other night. You know what I mean? 0 for 3. And I don't know if it was because he went back to the second unit. There was a different type of feel, different type of flow. But Alex Burks was 0 for 3. You know what I mean? And I think that's another reason why we didn't get the way we going the other night, because we needed his scoring off that bench. He's the only true veteran scorer on that bench now. Quickly is a second-year guy. Grimes is a first-year guy. Obi's a second-year guy. And then you got Todd. So Alex Burks is the only truly veteran with experience on that second unit that could put the ball in the hole. So I do think we need to have Alex Burks come back in the worst way tonight, man, and get it popping tonight. Because I do think we need Alex Burks to go do what he do and help us propel us to the victory tonight. Because he's a big part of this. Let's have that MJ Burks come back tonight and come up in the Garden and drop some points in there and play some defense. And I think we walk out there 500 tonight. So it's gonna be a fun game, everybody. Let's get it popping, man. Let's go in there and get it popping. Let's get it live, man. Let's get it popping up in here. I know lately when the Knicks lose, everybody down, but ain't no reason to be down. We got to get down before we get up. But let's get up and get it popping. We're going to cook some gumbo tonight. Let's go and cook some gumbo tonight, man. Let's do it. Go down here and clip the wings off these Pelicans, man, and let them fly on back to New Orleans. You know what I mean? And so we can get back to 500 and have 2 days off in a row to get ready for that matinee game on Sunday against the LA Clippers. You know what I mean? So we still can end the homestand the last 4 games 2-2, 1 game over 500 if we go out there and play tonight. But it all starts tonight at the world most famous arena at 7:30, 7:40 tip-off basically. But it starts tonight, man. So we got to go in there and get it popping tonight. I'm looking forward to the game. I'm always looking forward to the game. I know you guys are. And let's go, man. And then I could think about the trade deadline coming up in another 2 weeks, man. We almost there. It's the 20th. So basically the trade deadline is right around the corner. You know what I mean? So I know it's going to be a lot of moving and shaking going on, a lot of chat out there, a lot of buzz out there about, hopefully who the Knicks can get or what do they think we need to do. All that's good. And that's really what it's about right now. That's going to probably be some of the biggest stories. What's going to happen with the New York Knicks from here to February the 10th. You know what I mean? And then once that's over, then obviously you got the buyout after that. So we're gonna be looking forward to a lot of news coming down the line. We talking about making a couple of moves. I don't know if we're gonna make anything major, but I do think we probably got 1 or 2 moves we can make to elevate the team to get them to another level. You know what I mean? And I do think we will do that. So that's gonna be interesting to see what's going on next week. There's a lot of names out there that people would love to see on the Knicks. So we get into that too, man. But like tonight, it's going to be a big time game, man. Let's go in there in Madison Square Garden and get our fan base back excited, get us excited, get us coming back up here on the stream, feeling good about ourselves. You know what I mean? Because like I said, when the Knicks lose, it's Debbie Downer. It's like Debbie Downer. So we, we've been having a good feeling lately in New York. We had a good winning streak going on. Salute my man Stanley, salute, man. Glad to see you. Glad to hear from you, Stanley. Appreciate you. Salute my man Uncle Fulio. Salute. Yeah, man. These 2 games is gonna be real important, man. And man, this is where we need to get it popping right now, because it does determine where we're gonna go. If we lose 2 games in a row, man, that's 3 games under 500. Then we got to crawl back out of this thing again. And but I think if we win tonight, get back at 500, like I said, Boston lost last night, the Wizards lost last night, the Cavaliers lost last night, man. Yeah, you're right, Uncle Fulio. And that's what I'm thinking, man. I do think they might do something. I think they're gonna wheel and deal something. You know what I mean? To get some money available. I don't know if that money that we got with the a couple of $1 million, the $1 million we got from the Rondo situation, and I think we gained like a million, 1.1 million from the Cam Reddish situation. I think I am right on that, but you can double check that if y'all want to. But big task, salute. Yeah, man, we do, man. We need a win in the worst way just to get back at it, man. Get back to 500. And let's get it popping. That's what we want to do, man. That's what we want to be, right? You right as that cash out. We need to be there, man. And D Cool, appreciate that, D Cole. Yes, indeed. So I think with that, man, and if you make the right move, we might be able to shake some money loose, some of that nature, because we do got some pieces we can move. I think the biggest thing to keep an eye on, to me, guys, is the Nerlens Noel situation. That's probably going to be one of the major ones that we got to keep an eye on. Because and not saying they're gonna trade him, I don't know, but like I said, the guy just haven't been here all year. You know what I mean? And that's something that the Knicks gonna have to deal with. You know what I mean? I hope if he stayed, then we get him ready for the playoffs, and we ready to get him back in here and battle going forward. But like I said, this guy done missed almost gotta be like 30 games. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're right, Big Task. He missed about 30 games, so that's kind of interesting to see where he go. But we just got to go in there and being that you brought that up, man, we got to hit them free throws, man. We've been shooting abysmal, man, from the free throw line. RJ and Randall, Randall went 9 from 11 the other night, but he missed the crucial one. He missed the one that we needed the most. You know what I mean? RJ got to shoot better from the 3-point line. We know he coming to the league. He wasn't a great consistent shooter. We understood that already. You know what I mean? But as time go on in your development, you got to practice that. You got to get in the gym. If it take you all day, don't do nothing in the gym all day but shoot free throws. Then you do what you got to do. But whatever's holding you down, you got to correct that. And like I said, he got to get in there and get that pop. And I was even surprised quickly missed a couple of free throws. Out of all people, one of the best free throw shooters in the league quickly missed a couple. So it just the little things, man, that they could tweak and correct and make better. And I think they will. I agree 100%, man. You know what, Stanley, I agree with you 100%. But other than probably because the contract is friendly, it's a friendly deal, and they know that after this year he only got a year on that because the other one is a team option. And I think that might what it be about. I might be one of the things where people say, man, this contract is friendly. You know what I mean? It's $10 million. I probably can maneuver that, shake that, or something like that. And it all depends. If a team trying to shed salary long term, that's not a bad contract to have. In Nerlens Noel's contract, him and Alex Burks, him and Kimber, all these contracts they so friendly. You know what I mean? They so friendly, man. And I think that could make a big difference. The reason why they might be willing to take a contract like that on, because they can really do something with that. Yeah, absolutely, man. Let me ask you a question on that. With the Alex Burks coming off the bench at the backup one now, you don't think that y'all guys want to be interested to see if Manuel Quigley can back up Kemba Walker and put until Cam Reddish get back anyway, and put Alex Burks at the 3 where he was at all year long, where he was at playing pretty much, at his natural position, the 3. That way he don't have to have the ball in his hand so much. He just focus on his scoring. You know what I mean? Because I think when he got the ball in his hand, we also taking away Alex Burks' ability just to knock down threes when somebody's giving it to him off the pass. Because if he got the ball in his hand all the time, most likely he's gonna have to shoot off the dribble threes. About if somebody swing the ball around the corner to him, he just let it fly. So that's the reason why I'm like, well, maybe won't they try quickly at the backup for now and put Alex Burks back at the 3 like where he was. That way, if you got a point guard in there with him and they get the ball to him, he can launch that 3, you know what I mean, or whatever. But You know, when he got that ball in his hand, but dominantly at the time, he's not in his natural position, man. To me, he's not getting a chance to get a rhythm on the offense the way he normally would. If you kick the ball over to the swing it to Alex Burks and swing it to him 9 out of 10, he can raise up. Or if he not raised up, he could put the ball on the floor and then create on the offense. But that's why I think they should go back to let Quickly do the two. I'm at the one for now, and then let Alex Burks do the three. Him and Grimes and Quickly. That's a good 3-point shooting team there. You know what I mean? But I think they should try to let my man Alex Burks go back to his spot. You know what I mean? Because I just think that Alex Burks, I think he's trying to be in a position where he normally don't have to be in because we doing it because we got hurt players, and I think it's affecting the way he shoot, man. Because Alex Burks to me he's not a point guard. He could play it, but that's not his position, man. And I just think that maybe just try IQ there or Ming McBride into something. But I think you should send Alex Burks back to the three until we get a little bit more healthier. When Derrick Rose come back, he's gonna wind up going there anyway. You know what I mean? Most likely. So it be remain to be seen. I got Shop Howard back in the building, Shop. We how you making out? You good?
Do you hear echo?
Not at all. I'm good.
Okay. Ooh, this new technology. Jeez.
Hey man, it happens, brother. I'm glad you got it together though. You back in here with me, yeah, and holding it down. But yeah, I was just talking about real quick about the Alex Burks situation at the backup point guard. I just think they should put him at the three and let Quickly do the two or McBride. You know what I mean? And let that man play in his natural position where he can he focus on scoring, not trying to focus on being a facilitator. Because that's not what he do. He can do it, but that's not what we brought him here for.
Oh, bringing him back into the second unit, you mean, right?
Yeah, second unit and go back to the three position. Go back to the three.
Yeah, that's an idea to think about. But the only reason the things on the lineup right now is going to really be something to watch because as Cam Reddish gets a little healthier with his foot and stuff like that, you would think that Cam is going to probably be on the second unit at least to start his season with the Knicks. Putting Burks it's going to be they're going to have to do something to really relegate these minutes to these guys and who's going to play what position because I think Burks may be a two until or the two with IQ starting, and if once Reddish come start, and that's only until D Rose gets back. So it's a whole lot of things that they're gonna have to, I really think that's another reason why I think that they may try to make a trade or something like that. Or what you're gonna do with Reddish, start him as a 4 and take away Obi minutes. They got some things that they really got to really search for in these next couple of games, especially while they don't have D Rose back and Reddish is not on the court because right now with Kemba being back in the starting lineup, that pushed some more people back to the second unit, like Burks going back to the second unit. Now, what are we going to do now, to make space? Because once this guy get healthy, man, Reddish, is he going to start over Burks? Is he going to be the first man off the bench for RJ or for Fournier or something like that? There's some things that they're going to really have to figure out in the next couple of days, man, because I think he's supposed to be back before the end of this month.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what? And that's the reason why I brought that up, because right now you only got two. Let's say there's two people who they acknowledge as point guards is McBride and right now and Kemba Walker that's available.
Mm-hmm.
No matter if Quickly Burks is not a point guard or not, you're going to have to play him there. You don't have no choice. Even if they're not point guards and they combo guards, you still going to have to play him there because the only person you got is Kemba Walker. You know what I mean? So you're going to have to play one of them guys in that point guard position. But that's the reason why I said, if anything, because Quickly had played point guard before he came to Kentucky as a point guard. Unfortunately, because of the team they had with Tyrese Maxey and all them guys, John Calipari had to throw him at the combo at the two because he didn't even have a space for him at that time. But a man who quickly can play the point guard, that he came into Kentucky, that was a natural position. He was a point guard. You know what I mean? But so I do think he could hold it down. But between him and Alex Burks, I still rather have him at the point guard than Alex Burks. You know what I mean? Because Quickly is more of a point guard than Alex Burks is. You know what I mean? To me. You know what I mean? And I just think that it might put Alex Burks at the 3 and let that boy get that 3 ball pop and let him drive through the hole and get. But I just don't like when he got the ball in his hand, because you know what it is. He got to get other people involved and then take away from his game. You know what I mean? And I think that's so important to recognize that when Alex Burks is at the point guard, we get upset if he's not facilitating. But at the same time, if he facilitate too much, then you're taking away from what he do best. He score. You know what I mean? He scores. So it's a tough situation. But I do agree with you, man. Guys, what y'all think about this here? When Derrick Rose get back, Cam Reddish get back, Noel will be back. Hopefully, I guess. You know, what happens to the Grimes of the world? What happens to the Quickleys of the world? You know what I mean? You know, that's why I gotta say that there's gonna be some people not happy with minutes when Derrick Rose get back. It's gonna be people not happy with minutes when Cam Reddish get out there. Let's say Cam Reddish in practice, he balling out, and you got to give him minutes. I mean, Grimes, to me, it's gonna be hard to take that man out of the Knicks rotation now. You know what I mean? So I think we got to do something where we might wheel and deal maybe two players for one player or 3 players for one player, and a deal like that to free up some roster spots. Who it is, I can't tell you, but they're gonna have to do something, because you know, I think there's a lot of guys there, man, and it's gonna be so tough for people to get minutes. You know what I mean? And I think they're gonna be competing over that thing, and I don't know how that would lead out, but it's gonna be interesting to see. Stanley Mann said team pressure Burks in the backcourt, and he has to pick it up full court. Absolutely. And that, like you say, that's why I want him off the ball. Go back to his natural spot, man. Play the 3. And don't make, I mean, that's why you got McBride there. Even if it's spare Kemba Walker for rest. You know what I mean? To get Kemba Walker some rest. But the man, he is a point guard. But I just think that we gotta, you know, no matter what, until we get healthy. And everybody understand, until we get healthy, whether quickly or Burks, you're going to have to play them at point guard. You have no choice, because Kemba Walker is the only natural point guard right now that's available for the Knicks. He's the only one, unless you play McBride. So if you don't play McBride, you got to play him or Burks. Whether we like it or not, you're going to have to play him, because they're the only guys who can at least play some point guard. Maybe not at a high level. Maybe not at a level of supreme, but they got the capability to dribble the basketball and run the offense a little bit. You know what I mean? And you know, in tonight's game, and like this, let's play for tonight's game. That's going to be something that we're going to think about. That's why he put Alex Burks in there the last game. Even though Kemba Walker came back, they moved Shaw Powell. They moved Alex Burks back to the bench, but they moved him to the backup point guard, because we don't have another point guard out there, and maybe Tibbs just don't feel that McBride should be playing, which I think he should. But you know, that's his call.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that Deuce would already be close to 11, 12 minutes already in the season, but Tibbs, he sticks tight to that 7 to 9 man rotation. So that's one of the reasons why we probably haven't seen Deuce as much as we want to. You know, and you know, I guess he sees stuff in the practice games and stuff like that, maybe that he doesn't like, I guess. But I would at least try them there. I mean, he goes down to the G League and he gets busy down there. 29, 32, 39 points. I mean, I would try him, but I mean, we got a log jam at the wing position, man. The 2 position and the 3 position, and that something's going to have to regulate it, or people are going to really get situational minutes, and who are really going to, the people that we really want to see, those probably going to be the players that, you know, are really going to sit down. With Reddish coming in, man, I mean, Grimes might have to sit down, or either Burks, you know, and you know, I think Burks does need a little rest right now, man. The last game, man, he looked a little beat down a little bit, man, and maybe he needs to, you know, get a little break or a little rest, take 2 or 3 games off or something like that. Let some other guys step or something like that. You know, call him a sickness or something. He got a twitch in his ankle or whatever, because in the next couple of games, man, by the time Reddish gets here, what's going to happen then, man, if we don't make a move? And I think a lot of moves will probably be starting to be made, probably not into the early part of February, around February 3rd. I think some people will be available, and if those are the names that they're looking for, then maybe we will be able to move 2 or 3 players to lighten the load on some positional players that we need. And I mean, if we move 3 players, man, that'd be great. We bring 1 player in, and if we need somebody, we always can bring Luka up from the G League, to fill a positional spot. So there's some things that's gonna happen, man. It's always the Knicks, man. That's why I love this team, man. Something always happening every day.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's. I don't think the Knicks can go out there and make no major move. I think they would do something. But I think they got to also look at how do you clear the books. And right now, for me, and I think I heard me say this a couple of streams ago, the simplest way to free up some money next year is to put Noel and somebody and maybe another player in a package for Robert Covington and Nurkic. I'm gonna have to keep saying that because them dudes, that's $25 million next year will be cleared. $25 million will be cleared off the books. We done because Noel's contract is another year after this, $10 million. Burke's contract after this another $10 million after this. That's $20 million. You know what I mean? And so if you got to throw in somebody and bring them 2 guys in here, and you don't have to sign these guys back just for that when next year come, they money is no longer on the next book, and we got $25 million. And like I said, then you throw in a couple of million we got this year with the Rondo and the Cam Reddish trade. Then you throw in the Joakim Noah $6 million. You know what I mean? And you still got a chance to maneuver after the season over. You know what I mean? The Knicks can beat. They still may have money next year. Brock all of them just got a wheel and deal. You know what I mean? They got a wheel and deal and make it happen. But I do think, to me, because them the only guys I could think about right now, guys, I bring that up, that Portland will be willing to trade. And the only guy that I know that got that free money on a 1-year deal that's literally up next year. And that's why I keep bringing them 2 guys. And I think Nurkic could back up Mitch. That'd be a good backup for Mitch. You know what I mean? And I think Robert Covington, we need a wing like him. You know what I mean? So that's 3 and D all day with maybe 6'7", 31 years old, whatever the case may be. He's a savvy veteran. He can shoot the ball from 3 deep. Rocco can get it. You know what I mean? But say if you can move 3 players for them 2, and knowing next year that salary comes off the books, then that's something that I think the type of move that Knicks should be looking at. Because I think that might help. But other than that, man, it was only a couple of deals that went around so far. I think Denver and the Boston Celtics did the bowl thing. So it was a little mini move made right before the deadline. They sent bowl over there, and they sent 2 players the other way. But right now, I think by the end of this weekend, you're gonna start hearing a lot of stuff pop off out there. I heard that the Ben Simmons thing is that was with the Sacramento Kings shop house, but Sacramento told everybody that they are not getting rid of De'Aaron Fox. At least they told De'Aaron Fox that. So that's another name that I think you could scratch off the list, because I don't think they said they're not trying to move him. So we have to see how that go, man. But other than that, man, we got to see what's out there. We're gonna have to do something.
Yeah, it is. I think teams are just waiting till it gets closer to that February 10th, man. And I was looking around. There's a couple of premier players that are coming off of February. I keep hearing these names at February 3rd. A couple of point guards. I'm not going to mention no names because I don't want to sound like I'm wrong, but I've seen it out there. But like February 3rd, a lot of 2 or 3 players maybe that the Knicks are looking at won't be available until about the 3rd. But I don't know what Philly's going to do with Ben Simmons. If you want to ask me, they might go the whole year without trading this guy, and I don't know what they're going to do in the offseason. I thought they would already have him gone already. I thought he'd be at a team. There's 2 or 3 trades that they were looking at, and still none has happened. This guy's playing hardball over there in Philly. So it is what it is. Yeah. But I really wish we could grab onto something and move 2 or 3 players. So for 1 player, that will open up a couple of spots. And the names are like Obi. The names are like Burks. Those are the names that are swinging out there. Noels, if you want to add them to one of those contracts. I mean, one of those other players. So they've got some things to do.
Yeah, we do. And what's interesting to me is, but real quick, and I know this ain't a Philly station, but Philly would be crazy to not get itself a Ben Simmons this year. And you trying to compete for a playoffs? Almost think about it. Kevin Durant out 4 to 6 weeks. Now Lonzo Ball is out 4 to 6
Yep.
to 8 weeks. A Michael Cochran knee surgery. He out, and you had Zach LaVine who hurt his knee. So that's why, you no matter what, this is the association, the NBA, and it happens every year. That's why I said, you got to keep fighting, just keep scrapping. That's why the Knicks got to win tonight, get over 500, and get back out there and get it popping. Because, look at Atlanta last year. Atlanta, that team wasn't that thorough to run all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals. They wasn't that good. They played that team, but they caught lightning in a bottle, and that's what happens. But like I said, with the Kyrie situation, playing home and away, can you imagine the Nets and the Game 7 in Brooklyn for the championship, and Kyrie Irving can't play?
Man, Kyrie going to our new mayor. He gonna make a deal with him or something.
That'd be crazy. So that's what I'm saying. But that's why I'm just I'm saying all this to say that we got to go out there and just find a couple of players, man, to keep up in this thing. Let's win this game tonight, then move on to the next one. We got to get up in this playoff race and stay up there, because anything can happen in the association, man. Any given night, things happen. Like I said, Chicago start off hot. Look at Cleveland; they starting to come back down a little bit, And so we got to make sure we up in there. Shaw Powell, make sure we still fighting, scrapping, competing, try to get that 5th or 6th spot. Because I'm telling you, man, with the way injuries happen in the association, you never know what happened. You just never know. You know what I mean? And I think the Knicks got to keep fighting and play hard, man, and win these games, man. And we got a daunting schedule coming up, and pretty soon it's gonna be a tough West Coast trip coming up in February. But but we got to get it popping and stay hungry, man. And because like I said, once you get in the dance, then that's all that matters. Anything can happen once you get in there. You know what I mean? And like I said, that's what happened to Atlanta last year. They took us out. They took Philly out. You know what I mean? Then they went up against Antetokounmpo and them, and they just had nothing for them, but they still got that far. You know what I mean? And that's the reason why we got to always stay hungry, man. And Knicks go win tonight, Shaw Powell, and get back to 500, and try to get start another winning streak.
Yeah, we really need to jump on this right now to this try to do this this mini takeover right now, because we got some hard games coming up, and in the East there's a couple of players that's down, and it's no better time right now to try to make a little escape from the 500 and try to elevate ourselves a couple of games over 500. So perfect time, perfect place right now, and the Knicks got to be up. The Knicks got to get up, and they really got to get in there. And I know, like I said, I've been saying this for a while. I think it's going to be a good. I think there's going to be another trade. I don't know if it's going to be a major trade, or depends on these next couple of games. These next couple of games tells us if we're going to make a major move, or if we're going to make a minor move, or if we're not going to make a move at all. Because some of the moves that they are looking at may not be able to happen, or might be better off happening in the off season. And I like to say this a lot, man. Remember, this is the second year of the rebuild since second year. So we got some time, man. Do we think this team right now is going to really make it to the make it to the finals this year? Maybe not. Anything's possible, and I want that to happen. But we will have to make some moves and lessen some of the load and see what happens, wherever the chips may fall.
Yeah, hey, that's a good one, Nick 100. Trevor Reeser, that's a good savvy veteran right there. I mean,
Yeah.
his contract probably is ain't that bad. You know what I mean? And Trevor Reeser, Knicks drafted him years ago, but he's another guy who got playoff experience. Yep, and that's a good point, Will, on that one right there, man. Real, and he said Browns give him close to $20 million and pay twice, whatever. Absolutely. I mean, he's probably the most logical one to me right now. He only been in the league 4 years. He's a young, but not young. You know what I mean? He still got his best years in front of him. He only been in the league 4 years. Jay Wright protege, like I said in the last stream, Villanova dude, coming from a winning culture. Brunson, got pedigree. Got tied to the organization, but not because of the tie, because the man could play. You know what I mean? It's not really about the tie, just the man could play basketball. And to get a dude at that young who can grow with the rest of the young guys like RJ and Randall and them and all these guys, you got them for 4 years. And I just think that you got to do that. But what's interesting to me, guys, Shot Powers, you look at the out now that you acquire Cam Reddish and you got Quentin Grimes. Do you think that makes Alex Burks expendable? Because you got Grimes here, could do what Alex Burks do. Talking about from a shooting standpoint, your score, and you got the emergence of Cam Reddish. If he popped, now you go out there and you go to Dallas. Said Dallas, y'all trying to fight for something in the West. Y'all really need a center. We give you Noel, and Alex Burks for Brunson. You know what I mean? And here did we not say that? If you give a Noel and Brunson, Noel and Burks, then you can sign Brunson with that money. You know what I'm saying? So really, all you're doing is getting rid of $20 million to give Brunson his money. If you decide that's the way you want to go, but if you can, some people say, "Why don't you wait to the end of the season?" We don't have no money. We don't have no money to sign them next year. So that's why we got to trade. We got to do that in a trade type of thing, because the Knicks don't have no cap money next year unless they do some wheeling and dealing and Brock Aller got to pull out a magic carpet or whatever. But I do think with Cam Reddish here and Grimes. And I like Alex Burks. Don't get it twisted. But I'd rather we need Jalen Brunson more than we need Alex Burks. I can say that for sure. And I think Cam Reddish can back up that 3 spot. Yeah, absolutely. You're 100% right. And that's why, Nick 100, that's why I think they probably would take him. Because they was going to sign him back in the all season, but the Knicks re-signed him. So I do think that he will go back to Dallas will take, because Dallas know what he could do. And on the $10 million, because you think about it, Dallas was going to get that man a good contract. His agent screwed him up. You know what I mean? So I think that could be plausible just due to the fact that he's been there. They know him. They know his character, and I think he can help them on the defense end, because that's Dallas Achilles heel is their defense. You know what I mean? They got all the scoring. Luka and Tim Hardaway and all these guys will score with the best of them, but their defense, they're suspect. So bringing in 2 guys like Alex Burks and Noel, who can help you in the playoffs right now. Obviously we hope Noel will be back this year, and if he does come back and he could play, then I just think that's a good move. Then that way they don't lose out on Brunson for nothing, and they get 2 guys who come in and can help them in the playoffs right now. You know what I mean? And to me, that's the way you get that. Now you don't have to worry about free agents, because you got Brunson was your free agent, but we got him right here for the playoffs. Shaw Powell. So I think that's a move that the Knicks will have to make. And then, like I said, you still got, because we don't know. You got to think about this here, guys. We don't know how long Kemba Walker going to hold up all through the playoffs. We don't know how many games Kemba Walker going to play. We don't know how long Kemba Walker going to play. I hope he play every game. I hope he can do what he do. But unfortunately, now sometimes your physical says a different thing. Your mind might say, I'm going to go all day, but your body might say, I ain't going. You know what I mean? Shaw Powell, and I just think that we got to look at the Jalen Brunson thing, to me, with the Noel and them. I don't think, and you could even get Dallas back they pick if they want. I don't care. Give them back their little. They ain't going to be that much anyway. They'll be down in the. I think we got to look at that.
I mean, it's a lot of things out there that I've seen. One of the things that kind of jogged my eye, that I think could happen too, because we still could do Kemba and give them back. I don't think they want their second round. The Mavericks pick again. I don't think it's because it's for 2023. I think that would be for like the end of next year, 23 or something like that. But I think they would do our first and probably Kemba. I think Kemba could go to the Mavericks and excite the crowd over there with Luka and Porzingis. I think they maybe they could think for something like that. I think a trade that we could probably look for if we're trying to move a mass amount of people, if we could get somebody, is like you were saying, we could move Noel with Burks and go get your guys Covington and oh my God,
Nurkic.
And Nurkic. You know what I mean? If we want to put that package together, we send out 2 or 3 guys for them and take those 2 guys in. You know what I mean? Make space for somebody that, and make money available at the end of the year. So, I mean, there's a whole lot of things that these guys can do, but I don't know if we're going to get Brunson this year. I would love for him to come over here now and be implemented into the crew. What we would have to give up to get him, I don't know, because he's playing real good for the Mavericks right now. And the Mavericks are right now in like 5th place in the West. You know what I mean? What they really want to, they can't afford them, but I mean, I don't know, man. you offer somebody something and they make it, and like if you want to say Kimba, and I hate to say this, I like Kimba and maybe Deuce, and maybe even offer them their pick back. That might get it done. You know, what I mean, they get two guards, Deuce, who's young, and with Kimba that could come in there and he could just only thing he has to do is stand there and wait for the ball to get to him to shoot the ball. I mean, those are some things to do. There's so many things that the Knicks got right now. It all is going to depend on how we do in these next couple of games. If we're going to make this major move, or because three guys on the team right now that we really don't have space for, and one of them hasn't really even played that much this year. And if we could get those three guys out here and bring one guy back and move two guys, and I mean, so much stuff. I'm glad I ain't one of the GMs right now. I'm glad I ain't in that front office right now.
Yeah, I left Will's chat up there for a reason, and he hit the spot right on it. Hit the spot right on it, man. The Mavs need. That's why I said you could give them that pick back. They won't be able to do nothing anyway with a first to 2027. Great point, Will. I was going to bring that
right.
up. You did. That was a good look right there, man. And that's why I said they listen. And his was crazy for us. His was crazy for us because if Brunson go to free agency, we're not guaranteed to get him.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? If we want Brunson that bad, you can't let him get the free agency because now you're competing against other people. You know what I mean? You know, you got to really think about that for sure. They're going to be competing against other people, and you know he might go anywhere. We might say we give him 20. Somebody say, man, we want him that bad. We give him 22 or give him 25. You know, it's people like they got money like that. They're willing to make them deals happen. So you know, but you know we got to worry about right now, man. You know because you know a lot of trades we talk about. This front office do the same thing. They just survey the landscape. The same thing we doing right now. They do the same thing because it all involves everything we talk about. It involves money, fit, future money. You know what I mean? It's not only about the player. It's what that player gonna be to the organization with cap space, flexibility, availability, all that stuff. You know what I mean? It's just not about because the players, the good players. No, does it keep the infrastructure together? That's why you can't go at no big names right now, because if you go out to some big names and you put a strain on an organization for the next 3 or 4 years, then what? You know what I mean? So you know they're gonna have to do something, and we got assets. And I don't think we need to go big right now. I just think that we need to bring in a player or two this year to help us to have a better chance in the playoffs who got an expiring contract. And once this year's up, let them go. And I just think that what we got to be at with this, man, if we're gonna make any moves. If not, then they might stand pat. They might feel once Noel get back and Derrick Rose come back, the Knicks might feel like they got enough. It might feel like they got enough when Derrick Rose and Noel get back healthy. They might feel they got enough. But you know, but when we look at the game day to day, then we sometimes we won't think they don't have enough shot power. But the Knicks might say, you know what? Hey man, we think if Derrick Rose come back and Noel can get healthy, I think we could be better than we are. So you never know.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's so many things. I mean, I seen comments that out there, you know, Mitch and Bronson make the same amount of money. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's $1.8 million a piece. I think, not Noel. Yes, I said Mitch. Mitch and Bronson. I mean, that could be if you want to throw a second round in there. I mean, they're picked back to them and trade them, you know, straight across, and then re-sign them at the end of the year. We could do that too. There's so many things that the Knicks right now the next couple of days is going to tell what we're going to really do, man. And I like Bronson, man. I think he can come in here. He's not a ball hungry guard. He's a pretty decent assist guy. Not too great on the rebounds, but you know, he gets down there, he gets dirty, man. He's a scrappy young guy, man. And you know, we need something like that right now. That's what we need for a point guard. Somebody that could come in. And I was looking at his stats, like I think his average this year is 12 to 15 points or something like that. But this guy done had 30-point game, 20-something point game, 25-point game, 22. This guy can ball, man. And you know, I hope that we could do something to really snatch this guy up, man. And I hope that the the New York Mavericks could you know, get off their hump and take two of our guys over here and implement them on their team, man, so we can get them over here.
Hey, let me ask the chat. Let me ask the chat something real quick, and maybe y'all can help me out. Do you guys think the Knicks right now got it with the way this team is currently constructed? Do you think the Knicks got what it takes to get to the second or third round? Do you guys think that with the way this team is constructed right now, presently, do you think the Knicks is going to go far in the playoffs this year? Not knowing that Kemba Walker might not be, let's say if Kemba Walker might not be able to make it all the way through. Let's throw this out there. Let's say if Kemba Walker don't make it all the way through. Let's say if Nerlens Noel don't wind up being who he is. Do you guys think the New York Knicks can go deep in the playoffs with the team they got? And that's the reason why you have to bring up these trade scenarios, ideas, and all this. Because if you don't think this team presently constructed can get us to the next level, then you have to talk about trades. You have to put it out there and say what could make this team better. Everybody else is doing it. You know, you think teams are gonna sit around and say, you know what, I think I need another dude to get me to another level. No, they're gonna go make it happen. You know what I mean? Absolutely, Will. I don't think, and here's the reason why I don't think they could do it. It's because of the health. It's number one is the health, and number one, we got a lot of young players. We got a lot of young. Obi's young. RJ's young. Grimes is young. Quickly's young. These guys is young, bro. They're young. And I'm saying, so you need to put some guys with them who might got a little bit more experience. So when you get in the playoffs, the pressure don't bust the pipe. And that's all it's really about. So when we talk about the Brunson thing, you can't let Brunson hit the market because we might not get him. So if this team is not good to make the playoffs, I think Brunson, if you trade a certain player on our team, I think Brunson make us better. I think he got that type of pedigree. I think he could play ball like that. I really do. We don't see him on a daily basis, but the man can play basketball. You know what I mean? So you have to bring us something if you don't think this team is going to go to another level currently constructed. We got to do something. So that's why we throw these out. It might not be the trade that it might not happen, guys. We're not saying we the GM. We know all this. I'm not saying I'm the GM. All I'm doing is throwing stuff out there that we may think is possible. And for me, I always look at the long-term value of this thing. You know, because you can't spend no money this year. We don't have no money to spend. Going into free agency next year, if you keep this team the way you got it, the Knicks don't got no money to spend in free agency next year. So if you don't have money to spend in free agency, how do you get the other guys to the team? You have to trade for them. You know what I mean, Shaw Powell? That's the only way you're going to get these guys here. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like I said, does Kemba Walker stay healthy? We don't know. Does Nerlens Noel stay healthy? We don't know. Does Derrick Rose stay healthy? We not sure. That's not a guarantee. Is Obi going to come around to be a playoff player? We not sure. You know what I mean? Is Grimes going to ball out in the playoffs? We are not sure. You know what I mean? And we have to take all that into consideration. So and that's why we have these conversations just to see, you know, just for topic discussions. Because I don't think that if this team the presently the way it's constructed and the way our health situation is, they peak and valley, they peaks and valleys. They up, they down, they up, they down. We need consistency. So you have to bring in players who can play on a consistent level. And I just think that you know, I think we can get to the playoffs with this team. I do believe that. I do believe we can get to the playoffs with this team, Shaw Powers. I just don't know how far we go with the team. That's my biggest thing right here.
Yeah, right now, real talk, man. We sit here talking right now, and we're hoping for the best with the team we got now. We do have some players on the team, but another thing that we have to realize is we don't have enough basketball to let everybody play on the game. We got once Cam Reddish, D Rose come back, what's going to happen to the guys that we've been seeing like Obi? What's going to happen to the guys like Grimes? Where are they going to go, and how they're going to get minutes on the crew? Especially once Reddish gets on the court, there's no way that he's going to be able to get any minutes. I mean, anybody else is going to get any minutes, and people are going to be lacking minutes. And then the next thing we're going to be talking about, oh, we got this guy on the bench. We should be playing this guy. We already have problems like that right now without playing Sims and Deuce. You know what I mean? So, sheesh, man, I hope that we do something, and this way we can at least have a team that some people can get 20 to 20 something minutes a game, because if I wanted to see what Deuce could do this year. He really didn't get no burn this year, you know what I mean? And I'm finally glad that Grimes is getting the time that he gets in here now. But what happens when D Rose comes back? So this team right here, I think I'm think right now we're fighting for a play-in position. You know what I mean? I think we're fighting. I think we could get into the seventh spot, somewhere close, like the 8-7 spot. I think we could get somewhere in there, because if you look at the teams right now, man, look at Cleveland. These teams are playing, and they're playing like they want to win. And Cleveland is a surprising team this year. I thought the Hornets was going to be a surprise team, but they got players out now. This thing is about to get real interesting in the next 2 weeks, Devon.
And don't get me wrong, RG the OG, I understand what you're saying. I agree with you. I understand where you're coming from with that. My problem is with that is this here. We depending on people still going to be here. We're not the only team in the NBA looking to get better. So, sometimes you study long, you study wrong. You study long, you study wrong. Why compete against other people when you don't have to? You know what I mean? So even if you want a big fish, okay, trade for a big fish this year. But all that stuff is not guaranteed in the offseason, because now you're competing against everybody else. Because at the end of the season, a lot of teams are going to see which way they go. They're going to say, okay, you know what? At the end of the year, we didn't do this, we didn't do that, we didn't do that. So now now you're going to have competition. You know what I mean? Some teams might stand pat and wait till the off season and then go out and do what you're talking about. So I agree with you at one point where we could wait till the off season, but just remember, if we wait till the off season, we also are competing against other people. See, somebody might not be willing to move right now. They still think they got enough to do what they can do to get in the playoffs and go farther. But now in the off season, they might be like, we need another piece. You know what I mean? So we'd be in the same boat like a lot of other people. That's why I brought that up. But I agree with you. We can wait till the off season. But it's just sometimes, when it's there for the taking, you got to go get it, because that's why I keep bringing back the Robert Covington and the Nurkic deal. It helps us now, and it don't make an impact on our future, because them cats can walk next year. End of the season, $25 million off the books, and this is a good free agent class coming up. You know what I mean? Some good players in 2022 coming up in free agency. So and I think Nurkic and Covington can help us right now in the playoffs because of their defense and their size, and they've been in the playoffs before. They know how to play in the playoffs. That's all. It don't have to be nothing made of. I like them two guys, but I just think that's a smart move. You take that $25 million, like I said, Joe King, Noah $6 million, that's $32 million. You got $1 million, $1.1 million deal out of the Rondo deal when you help them out. So then you got almost $1 million, $0.1 million from the Cam Reddish deal. So now you sit there with almost $30 million. And I just think that's what you got to do. You know what I mean? Then you can wheel and deal, because remember, guys, RJ got to come up. RJ due for extension. Cam Reddish due for extension. You know what I mean? Mitch due for extension.
Mitch due.
Yeah, and I don't think Obi's was a 4-year. I think he might be due pretty soon. I don't think even Obi be due for extension in another year or two. So that's what we got to take into consideration. Are you going to be able to keep Randall? Give RJ extension. Give Reddish an extension. Give whoever else extension. So I think that's the thing that sometimes when we talk about trade, you got to keep all that in consideration. Who are you going to let go? You gave Julius Randle $20 million. Are you going to give RJ $20 million? Or are you going to give Cam Reddish $17-18 million? Where are you going to spend all this cap money at? And are you going to give Mitchell Robinson $10 million, $11 million, $12 million?
Mm-hmm.
God, it's a business, man. This is, so we have to really look at all that. That's why I say, yeah, we can. Unless you're going to trade, that's why I said I don't think nobody's off the book. I don't think not a Knicks player on that team. To me, if you want to bring in a creme de la creme ball player, anybody is sellable on that team. If you want to bring in a superstar talent, you might have to give up RJ.
Mm-hmm.
You might not want to do it,
you looking to get Cat, you might be having to give
You
up
might have to
RJ.
give RJ.
Everybody want Cat, but they don't want to give up RJ.
You think a team gonna take kibbles and bits to get a superstar player? I don't think so. So it's really tricky in New York. That's why I think the best thing to me is I like the way they did what they did this year. Let's say if you kept the team the way it was, that's fine. But Noel, Burks, Kimber Walker, and by that time, Evan Fournier had 1 year left on it. Then you got your $50 million back if you want to wait a couple of years. But you definitely can't go out there and do that this year. We don't got the cap money to let you trade somebody. And that's where it ball out at, man. I just think that's where it's gonna be, guys. So you know what? Let's just let. I think them guys know what they're doing down there. I trust the Knicks front office. I think they're gonna make the right moves. I think they're gonna bring a couple of guys in here just to help us, man. But like I said, you think about what's going on with the league right now. Like I said, look at Chicago getting decimated. Two of their main starting players not playing. Look at the Nets. They players are starting to get hurt. You know what I mean? You know, who knows what could happen to Joel Embiid? So you always got to put yourself in a position to make sure that you can strengthen your team for just in case something happens. And you know what? And you're right, D-Rock, the cap is going to balloon. You know, so and we just got to be out there. I mean, hey, you know, you ask me, I say wait a couple of years, and let's see if Donovan Mitchell get disgruntled. You know what I mean? So shop out. Wait a couple of years, wait the next year, the year to say, you know what, Donovan Mitchell want to come back east, don't want to play in Utah, he want to be in the bright lights.
Yeah, he already talked about he won a big time team. He's tired of the small market. I mean, at least that's what the rumor is. He's tired of the small market, and he won a big franchise like New York or Miami, one of those East Coast teams. Man, he come over to the East Coast, he's gonna dominate.
Yeah. So that I'm glad that's a good topic of discussion, guys. I just want I'm glad we had that discussion. It was good, man. I appreciate that, man, because it's just like I said, if we don't want to move nobody, that's fine. I'm good with the team we got as well. But I do think that we with the way we are presently constructed, because of injuries, the Knicks would not go far. I don't think Obi Toppin and them. I love them guys, man. I'm not saying trade them, but if you talk about going deep as you think further than last year, you better bring in some ball players.
I mean, let's be real about this, man. If we want to get these players, these ball out players and stuff like that, ain't nobody really trying to move Noel unless they really need a backup center. And I mean, the players that people are looking at on our team is the Obies, the IQs, the Grimes, the Deuces. You know what I mean? The RJs. Even Mitch. You know what I mean? These guys are almost 4 year. Well, at least two of the guys that I just mentioned are almost 4 year semi-veterans, man, like RJ, like Mitch. These guys have been in the league for about 4 years. They're not new to this. They true to this, man, and they trying to elevate their game. So just in case, if they got to get traded, their game is up to par. So, they can ask for big money after wherever they go, they can ask for big money. And we got a young crew, man. And if we want one of these stars like a Halliburton or DeAndre Fox, something like that, we gotta give to get. You know what I mean? We got a lot of capital with the draft picks and stuff like that. And sorry, thank you, Devon. The draft picks and stuff like that. But in order to get a player, you got to give a player or two plus some draft picks to entice them. Excuse me, it ain't gonna be easy. And of course, a lot of us are gonna be sitting there like, oh man, they traded Obi. Oh man, they traded IQ for this guy or something like that. But if you want somebody that's going to be like that shining star or somebody that's really going to come, because if we're really looking for a point guard and we really want a big time point guard right now, we're going to have to give up maybe IQ. We're going to have to give up maybe Obi and maybe put Kimber into that package, to sweeten the deal or something like that. And two second rounds and a first round or something like that. It's not going to be easy getting those guys. It's not like we're going to be able to go get Halliburton and offer Noel, Burks, and Kimber. You know what I mean? And I ain't gonna get it. You know what I mean? That's not gonna get it, man. So I mean, let's be real. Nick's real talk, man. If we really want these guys, we are going to have to sit there and the players that we really like the OBs and the IQs, we just gonna have to bite on a piece of leather and be like, damn, I hope this guy that we let go. I mean, this guy that we bringing in is gonna make me feel forget about OB and IQ and all these other guys. OB who? Oh, he's doing good in that team over there. Oh yeah, that's good for him. You know what I mean? Because we got to get something, man. We're gonna have to make some moves, and the moves we have to make is probably gonna have to be for some of our young guys.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what? Unless you keep the young guy, that you keep growing with them. I'm good either way.
Right.
You can keep OB, you can keep IQ, you can keep grind. I don't have no problem with that neither. But it's got to be one way or the other. I don't think you're gonna be able to say I want to go deep in the playoff, but we only got a bunch of young guys. That ain't gonna happen. I haven't seen the team in the NBA since I've been watching the NBA won a championship with a bunch of young players.
Right, facts.
That don't happen. So either you just gonna stay the course with our young players, let them develop, or you that one who want to get to go deep in the playoffs, you're gonna have to bring in some talent. And in order to get talent, you got to give up talent. Ain't nobody gonna give you talent for nothing. So you either got to give up some talent, draft picks, or money.
Facts.
And that's the only way it goes. That's the only option you got. You cannot tell me I want this dude. He's a big time player, but you giving somebody crumb. They're gonna look at you like you crazy.
Yeah,
you crazy.
Yeah.
Hold up, whoa. You know what I mean? You want me to give you Ben Simmons, but you giving me this dude. That ain't the way
we ain't trained Burks and Fournier for Ben Simmons. If that's the case, we did it already.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? To tell you, for Nick's real talk, I mean, as much as I looked at Ben Simmons and he would come over here and probably electrify the Garden, the side hat to him electrifying the Garden, if he has a string of 4 or 5 crazy games, this Garden will crucify you, man. So I don't know if Ben Simmons' skin is that tough. You see how he's already acting in Philly. I mean, you know what happened with him in Philly. I understand. Your coach is going after you and your big man is going after you too. I wouldn't want to play for them either. I understand. But, you know, it's, I mean, when you bring somebody to the Knicks, you got to look for character and you got to see if they got a good head on their shoulders, because aside from the media in New York, man, us right here, there's people listening, you, me, you, Devon, everybody on the chat, everybody, we really get into our team, man, and we're very knowledgeable fans, man. And you know, if you don't come over here with a, you know, alligator back on your shoulder or something like that, you know, you're gonna get beat up over here, man. You know, we almost lost Randall. He's coming back though. We almost lost him. That outburst that he had, went a little, you know, got him $25,000 fine on. You almost lost him. He almost went there, but he back. He starting to play some ball. He know it's tough here in New York, man. So, you know,
place to play, man. Tough.
Yeah, man.
Toughest place to play to me in basketball is in New York. Because we got, but you know what? But that's why I like the Cam Reddish deal. See, deals like that can also catapult you to get better. Like I said, I don't have a problem with the young core, but long as you bring it in talented dudes. Like Cam Reddish is talented. You know what I mean? So that was a good move. You know what I mean? He's talented enough where, you know what? He get to showcase what he can do in pop. Then you know what? Cam Reddish and all these guys, I'm good with that. I'm good with Obi. I'm good with Quickly. I'm good with Grind. I'm good with McBride. I'm good with Rokas, Salmon. I'm good with all these dudes. But at the same time, you guys cannot expect the Knicks to go to the playoffs and be deep. You can't expect that. So like I said, it's going to be one or the other. Either we just going to continue developing these young guys, and if we flame out in the first round, okay, that's cool. But we develop a young guy. I'm cool with that, because I think it starts building the farm club. I believe that. I think we doing the right thing. We drafting kids in the farm system. We draft them. We bringing them up. We give, like, one thing I can't say about Tibbs. He played Obi all last year. He played Quickly all last year. RJ was only in his second year last year. He started for the Knicks last year. He is playing the young guys. Now it's on you to go out there and produce to keep your minutes up there.
Thanks.
He giving you opportunity. He gave Obi a whole year last year to play. He gave Quickly a whole year. He given Grimes the opportunity to play. He gave Mitch time to play. You know, so it's not like this cat is not playing these young dudes. But now what they got to do It's showing proof they
Produce.
want to hear.
Produce.
They got to produce.
Yep.
They got to produce. So, you know,
Every,
hey, if you don't produce that's on you. I'm giving you opportunity. And you know, and like I said, it's tough for Obi. And it ain't that
it
because
is.
he's not good. It ain't got it had nothing to do because we don't love Obi. Obi's not good. He just in a bad situation with Randall being there. He just in a bad situation, fellas. He really is. He playing behind an all-star, a most improved player who plays almost 30 to 35 minutes a game.
Every night.
Every night. It ain't that it's just bad for him. And you can't play him. Like I said, play him at the 3. Everybody thought I was crazy.
Yeah, I said the same thing. I'm with you on that. That's the only
Put him at
time
the
he's gonna
3.
get some minutes.
He can get
They
some minutes.
Can't even put him at 3 now because we got Reddish.
Yeah. So see, to me, we drafted him into a bad situation because you know normally when you draft somebody like the 8th pick or something, you know you hoping they can be on a team that was rebuilding and they can play all time long, all the minutes they want because we rebuilding. But the Knicks is not rebuilding. They a playoff team. So you drafted him to a situation where the guy that's in front of him, you just gave him 4 years. You gave him 4 years. So what is Obi going to be for the Knicks going forward? And I say that for you guys to let me know what's the reason why you can see him being here for 4 more years. If he's not going to get the minutes because Randall eating up the minutes, because rightfully so, Randall's our best player right now. You don't put him at the 3. You can't play him at the 5 because the defense is suspect.
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do? That's a good discussion. We're gonna have to continue that discussion, man. And but you know what? Game time will be here in about another 8 minutes, man. That was a great dialogue. I'm glad we had that talk tonight, man. That was good dialogue right there.
Right.
Real talk, man. Because like I said, the trading deadline is coming up in a couple of weeks. Whether we stand pack or whether we sell or we stay shakers and movers, whatever. We just got to do what's best for the team. And you're 100% right, Will. I do believe that was the case to me. I think Randall's contracts seal Obi's fate. That's 100% because you know what? Let me ask y'all a question. If the Knicks thought Obi was going to be that dude, they wouldn't even have to sign Randall. They could have traded Randall. If they thought Obi was going to take that 4th spot in New York City and be here and do that, they didn't have to sign Randall. I mean, because Obi was already here. But and I just think that them the things that we got to keep in mind when it comes to this thing, man. That some of these guys I know it's not about the name on the back, it's about the name on the front. And I just think that hey man, we've been in the doldrums for so many years since 2013. We've been abysmal. We've been trying to get this thing together for 8 or 9 years. We finally got together last year and went to the playoffs. 8 or 9 years we so used to purgatory, like it's like, you know, we love Frank, we love Knox, we love all these guys, man. Because you know what, we was hoping. We kept hoping that somebody gonna pop. We keep hoping that somebody gonna pop. And when they don't pop, we drafted kind of terrible. Now, nigga, Knox didn't pop. Frank didn't pop. Dotson didn't pop. A lot of guys did not pop for us. So now we hoping that Grimes pop. We hoping that Obi pop. We hoping all these guys pop, man. And when 4 years come through, they ain't pop. So you got to take all that into consideration. It ain't about being sentimental. It's about being real. It's about being real with these guys, man. We had, look at Mitch. Mitch didn't even pop. He trying to pop, but he didn't pop. We got a lot of guys that didn't pop, man. We drafted kind of poorly. And I think we still suffering from that. I think that's still Achilles heels on the Knicks organization, were the Knox picks, were the Frank Ntilikina picks. All these guys that we was picking, only one so far ain't been is RJ and Porzingis. And unfortunately, Porzingis, they got rid of him. So it's tough. It's tough, man. But I'm great show, guys, man. You guys are wise with what y'all do up here, man. Keep bringing them thoughts and ideas, man. Nobody's right, nobody's wrong. We all Knicks fans. We all want what's best for the team. You know what I mean?
Everybody got favorites. I got favorites. Look, I love Mitch. For me, I ain't trading Mitch for nobody. But that's how I feel. But if there's a package out there for Mitch, and he got to go in the package, see you, Mitch.
Yeah. Real quick, GM, make sure when you hear us speak that you make sure you understand what we're saying. We didn't say nobody supposed to stop. All we were saying that you got to draft right. You have to draft right. Nobody said stop anything. You can let these guys stay here all 4 years. They do that. I don't have a problem with that. The Knicks keep that. I'm glad they kept Mitch 4 years. I'm glad they kept Knott 4 years. I'm glad they kept Frank 4 years. I'm glad they kept Dotson 4 years. But did they sign them back? No. They kept them 4 years. They kept all these guys 4 years. Did they re-sign them? No, they didn't.
Nope.
Why? So just make sure when you listen to our content, make sure you understand every word we're saying, because we on the same page everybody else on. We want the Knicks to build these young guys just like the Yankees go through their farm system. You bring these young guys up through the farm system. We are doing that. We are bringing guys up through the farm system. That's what we're doing. Like I just said, R.J. Barrett came up to, we drafted him. He's here. Mr. Robinson, we drafted him. He's here. Obi Toppin, we drafted him. He's here. All these guys is here. Nobody's saying that they get rid of them. All we saying is you got to make sure that you understand the significance of what they could do for the team or what they done for the team. That's all. Like, no, we nobody is advocating get rid of anybody. But because this is trade season, we're talking about it, and some of these guys might have to go in a package. Whether you like it or not, they might have to go in a package. Let's put that out there. That's all. But yo, man, Knicks about to get it popping. Great show, great energy. I love it, man. And we continue this discussion because you know as it go on, the trade deadline is coming up. You know, it's gonna be some wheeling and dealing, some moving and shaking, and all that good stuff, man. We need to go in there tonight and take New Orleans to handle our business tonight. Go in there, limit them turnovers, shoot some good free throws. First and foremost, play some defense. And just go in there and let Kemba Walker get a pop and let Fournier get a pop and RJ and all these guys. We need everybody to come up big tonight to get us back to 500. So that way we can look forward to playing Sunday at a matinee game against the LA Clippers. So we're going, it was another matinee game Sunday, and let's see if it's different than before. Because we don't never get up for these matinee games. Let's see if we can get up this time. Hopefully it's a different outcome. But hey man, great show. Let's go New York. Let's go get this thing, man. We want to get back to 500 tonight. It's only one. There's no other Eastern Conference team playing tonight except I think the Indiana. They play somebody, and they kind of irrelevant right now. But that's the only 2 games on the docket is us and a couple of other players. Shaw Powell. So I think we're going in tonight. New York, gritty city. The defense come to the forefront. Hope Kemba can play tonight. Have a good game like he did the other day. Hope Grimes can get a pop in him, and quickly that bench can come and get a pop in tonight. And if Todd Gibson, if Mitch getting a foul trouble, which he haven't been, throw Jericho Simmons up in there. Throw McBride up in there.
Why not?
I don't know why he's not playing a backup point guard.
Why not?
Yeah, throw him up in there, man. If Kemba sit down, instead of putting Burks at the 1, leave Burks back at the 3. Throw McBride in there or somebody, man, and see if we can hold our defense down and get it popping. So let's go see how this thing go, and I think we're gonna get it popping. Shaw Powell, man, hit me up. Let me know what's up.
Yeah, Devon, salute to you as always, man. Yo, chat, y'all was on lit. I sometimes I lose thought because I'm reading all the chats on the wall here. So y'all keep it in popping right there. I think we go ahead tonight and we get a convincing win. I think we do 111 to 91. That's where I think we're gonna be tonight.
Ooh, the score. I'm just gonna throw it out there. I think with our offense is much better now with Kemba Walker back in the lineup. He brings that fire. So I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna go 110. I'm gonna go 110-99 tonight.
Okay, all right, we're right there.
99. And I think our defense need to step up tonight. Hopefully we don't let that first quarter, second quarter get out of hand.
First and third.
Yeah, we need to get a pop in tonight. And to you guys in the chat, man, you cats are the best. You know what I mean?
Word up.
Ain't no chat in the business like this one here. You know what I mean? That's real talk, man. So you cats keep that fire coming. Great show, great dialogue, and all that good stuff, man. Let's go get it popping tonight, man. And let's see if Knicks get the W. I know me tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. I got the Knicks follow-up post-game morning show. For all those on your way to work or at work or at school, you got a chance to jump on in. I'll be on 9 o'clock every morning after the game. The post-game is called the Knicks follow-up. Y'all hit me up, man. Like, subscribe to the channel and all that good stuff. Let's keep it moving, man. So you guys have a good night, and we'll holler at y'all later, man. Knicks, let's get it. Come on, New York. Let's go get that W tonight, baby. We need it.
We need it. Let's get it.
Yes, sir.